Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're a regular subscriber of mine, you're probably going to notice there's something different about me today. Yes, I have straightened my hair. I know most of you probably don't care, but I just wanted to clear that up before people think, why does she look so different all of a sudden? My self-esteem has been pretty low recently and straightening my hair for some reason boosts that self-esteem, so here we are. Anyway, now we've got all that boring hair talk out of the way, let's get down to what this actual video is about. Today is going to be another Bill Burr reaction, and this is going to be to No Reason to Hit a Woman. Yes, this is on the list of things that have been recommended, so yeah, that's going to be my next reaction. Okay, I didn't really think this through. I'm wearing this new earring I've got and I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to get the headphone in. Does that work? We'll go with that. The background of this looks familiar, so I've probably seen other segments to this show. Is it the one that I just did? Wife, dogs, and a Prius? Dogs, cats, and a Prius? No. What one is that? Dogs, kids, and a Prius. I feel like that might be the same setting.
No, we have these huge battles. You know what the maddest she ever got at me was? One time she was watching this show, it was like a poor excuse for The View, and they started talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence, just in case, you know, you didn't get the memo, you know? Evidently, you know, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly, you know?
That was a very specific explanation.
It's gonna rust, right? How do you not know not to do that? Do they really have to keep talking about it? It's like wife beaters?
You'd think so. You would think that it's been talked about enough, but clearly not, because it hasn't gotten into some people's brains.
Watching for, oh! Ah! Now I get it. Ups a daisy, sweetheart. Here we go. There you go.
Oh my God.
So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head. You could wake me from a drunken stupor, I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman, you just don't do it. But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason. Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying?
I agree.
Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your guy in the head this week?
I'm not being funny, but if the principle is there's no reason to hit a woman, then why do women hit women? Do you know what I mean? Like, if that phrase was completely true, then women on women fights would never happen. But they do, so yeah.
There you go.
What did someone just yell?
Every day.
Every day.
You didn't do it, right? Oh, dude, it drives me nuts. There's no reason. There's no reason. Really? No reason? How about this? You marry a girl, you fall in love, you buy her a house. You go to work every day, paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to stay in.
When he said that, that's the song that I thought of.
No reason.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying you should do it, but there's plenty of reasons in that arc of a story.
It's true.
All right, that was a hypothetical. You want an actual story? I'll give you one. I'll give you one. All right, I f***ed up my foot playing drums, trying to get my bass drum foot as fast as John Bonham's, because I figured that's a...
Ow! Sorry, this earring's hurting me. Ow. Guys, as much as this is cute, it is not practical for my ear. I'm so sorry for interrupting, but my ear is on fire. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's get back to it.
Good thing to focus on. 43 years of age, never married, no kids. I figure this is gonna lead me to the light, right? This is what I need to do. So I don't know what I did. I felt like after I played for like an hour, and afterwards I felt like literally like there was some midget stabbing me in the bottom of my foot, right?
Ouch.
Like I had lightning coming out of the bottom of my foot. So I did the typical guy thing. I'm like, I'm not going to the hospital. I'll sleep it off. Be fine, right? Next morning, I wake up, my foot's even worse. And I got to walk my crazy dog. So I'm like, I can't do it. My foot's killing me. So I wake up my girl, go, sweetheart, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you walk the dog for me? Can you just take the shift? You know, I'll do your afternoon shift. Can you just do me this solid? Can you do this for me? And she's just like, oh. You know, I had a late night last night. I'm tired. I have a big day. And I just go, f*** it. She goes, what do you mean, fuck it? It's like, why can't you just say no? Why do you always gotta like waterboard me with like a 20-minute explanation that eventually winds its way around to go fuck yourself? Just say no. So I'm just limping out of the room. Whatever, go back to bed. You got a big day, right? So now I'm like limping down the street. I got like Tourette's. Goddamn bullshit. Dog's walking next to me. And I gotta admit, I got a little childish. I did. I got a little childish, you know? I was just thinking about my relationship. I'm like, this is the relationship I'm in? You just gonna do whatever the hell you wanna do, right? Me? Fine, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I wanna do. I feel like listening to my iPod on full blast, walking around the house. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I did. Turned it all the way up, and my whole plan was just to walk by her like I didn't even know her. That was it. She came down the hall, I just ghosted her. Just walked right past her.
Petty.
Just trying to piss her off.
And some of y'all want to say that women are petty. Okay.
But I gotta tell you something, worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. Yeah, hung my coat up, turned around. By the time I turned around, she was already yelling at me. But the music was so loud, not only could I not hear her, it actually looked like she was singing the song that I was listening to. It's one of the highlights of the relationship. So I knew what she was saying. I was like, whatever, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. I'm going onto the computer, right? So I limp over and I sit down, and unbeknownst to me, she's like, now, we're gonna talk about this right now. Comes out, poof, and slaps the headphones off my head. I got big ears. It fucking hurt. So I'm like, honey, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Put the headphones back on. She comes right back up.
Slap them off your head.
Slaps them off a little harder.
No.
This time they spin halfway around my head. Caveman DNA starts coming up. Talking through my teeth. Honey, leave me alone. Don't want to talk about it, right? Put them on. Third time she comes out. Poof, slaps him right across the room, and I snap. I'm like, fine, you want to have the fight? Let's fucking have the fight. She's like, we will discuss this later when you calm down. Right there. I just wanted to roll her up on her yoga mat and stuff her behind the couch. Just leave her there until she got thirsty. Come on, let me out of here. I have a spin class. You've made your point. This is ridiculous.
Spin class.
No, that's the thing. Really is. That's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying to hit a woman, you know? But saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. If you say there's no reason, whew, you cut out the build-up, you're just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out? Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that? Why is that? What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not f***ing taping a special here? What's wrong with you? What's wrong?
I'd feel so embarrassed. Oh my gosh.
I had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no f***ing sense whatsoever?
He's roasting
him. Answer him. Every special I do, there's always one.
I feel so embarrassed for her right now.
Talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason. Jesus Christ.
I'm dead.
I'm not even in a relationship with her, and she's f***ing nagging me.
What did she mean by answer him? Answer him what? I'm confused. He's so dumb with life.
Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? Well, how come you can't f***ing ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you f***ing with it?
True. That is
How
true.
did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire that...
You are a liar if you say you haven't gotten close to wanting to hit a partner. Like, and not in a like way of you're a vicious person who just wants to beat your partner for no reason. But you must have gotten to a point where you want to hurt someone. It's like a sibling. They're your blood, you know? You don't want to hurt them, but at the same time, there's a point where they get so annoying, you just want to beat them to a pulp. And if people say that that's wrong or you're crazy for thinking that, then those people are not living on this earth, for sure, because everyone has felt like that. I do not even care. It's if you act on it that makes you a bad person.
Don't just drive away afterwards, they sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that.
Really?
Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start swinging, all right?
Yeah, that's not nice.
I'm not trying to
Bad
say
vibes.
that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass kicking doesn't just fall out of the sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for...
I do believe that no matter what someone does, you shouldn't hurt them. Like, they're a human being, and if you genuinely want to hurt someone you love, then that's kind of scary, and I think you need to get help. But I know what he's saying. He's saying, like, there is a point where you want to do it because they're being annoying. Wanting to do it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that you know? You know what it is? Is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying. Just saying, dude, in your heart of hearts, what do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? And he fucking...
Potentially. He might just be a very angry person. Some people are just angry.
You know? Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy shit was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ear, some crazy female shit. Oh, f*** all you...
Bro, have you seen those bruises though? Nobody deserves that.
Maybe that's why I said...
Like, if I was to accidentally, not even accidentally, if I hit someone out of rage, it wouldn't cause that much damage. Like, because I'm hurting someone I love. Like, I would never be able to do that. Even me as a woman to a man, like, I genuinely would never ever want to hurt someone I love, even if I'm really, really angry at them. You may have those thoughts, yes, but come on, acting on it, I'm sorry, but that makes you a bad person in my books.
More albums than you, mother... Right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue. Do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God, I'll bring my out. I'll bring my out.
Oh my God.
Now, f that, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is a core of a lot of that shit. You know? And I got to tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued. But after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about, maybe you don't get along with your dad, and in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so mad, you just call them a... That's what it is. And...
yeah, I've heard that word is really, really offensive to Americans. I used to be a fan of this like YouTube group that were Australians, and they would say it all the time. Bear in mind, I was watching this when I was very young and impressionable, and I'd walk around just saying that word as if it was nothing. Now I realize, I guess it's kind of a big deal, especially I've heard to Americans it's like a massive deal. But
trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that. Well, that's no reason to call me a and then that's it. You're in this room now, right? My girl knows my big thing is, my big fear in life is to be that dude who grows old, you know, grows old alone, has like that basement apartment, just screaming up at the younger couple, turn it down! That isn't music! So I noticed that anytime she was losing a fight, out of nowhere, she'd just be like, well, that's why you're just gonna grow old and be alone. Then I'd lose my shit. The next thing you know, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes for the 9th time in a row. This is what the argument was about. I was so right. What happened? So if you learn anything from my ignorance tonight, just know this. Next time you're in a battle with your beautiful woman, your wife, girlfriend, whatever, and they start out of nowhere, okay? You're winning, and they just start saying that crazy shit out of nowhere. Just know in that moment you've won the fight, okay? All right? Don't get mad. Bob and weave, slip all of that. Maybe because you got a little, just let that slide. Stay in the pocket of the argument. Okay? It's over. The argument is over. You won. Just take a knee and run out the clock. All right? Yes. Lean on the ropes. Let them punch themselves out. And then in the end, you throw their psychology right back at them. Well, maybe we should discuss it later when you calm down. And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory.
Do you know what I love about Bill though? He always admits when he knows he's being ignorant. Like, if he says something that's maybe slightly, he knows people get annoyed by, he'll just be like, yeah, you know, I know I'm being ignorant. Like, I love people who own up to their shit, you know? But like, most of what he said I completely agree with. Like, you are human. You are allowed to have thoughts. It's how you act on those thoughts. What he said about the whole Rihanna situation, I don't necessarily agree that if someone's hit, you immediately go like, but what did she do? No one deserves to be hit, in my opinion, no matter what. Like, I mean, if it's a random person in a pub and they just want to fight you for no reason, fight them. But come on, it's your girl, you're married to them, you're with them, whatever. Like, you have reason to hit them, but I know it's so complicated because I get what he's saying, but at the same time, in the whole Rihanna situation, I don't really agree with what he's saying. Anyway, I want to know your opinions down below. I like to hear everyone's side of things, so comment those down below. If you have anything else you want me to react to, as always, comment that down below too. I have a reactions playlist if you ever want to go check that out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!